Hey my lovelies, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this Wednesday's Facebook card reveals for you all. So, as we're going into card number 1, we're going into the energy of the Eight of Swords. Sorry guys. So Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords often represents maybe some of you are feeling quite restricted, quite trapped. And it could be in a few ways. So sometimes it can be feeling like silently entrapped with thoughts and feelings and ideas about life. And I think it's really important with this to look at stuff, be truthful, be honest. Is it real? Is it actually happening? Or is it almost the mind working overtime? Because sometimes what we have with the Eight of Swords is this kind of feeling of like life being really heavy, life being really shit, life being really overwhelming, people feeling a certain way about us. And sometimes it isn't actually the reality of things. It's like a self-entrapment where we're sometimes getting that imposter syndrome, that kind of heaviness, that black dog creeping in. Sometimes maybe our own sort of anxiety is almost restricting us. So there could be that. It could also be that maybe you've been firefighting. So maybe there have been some sort of energies around you that have been legitimately really crap and really shitty, and it's made you feel a little bit sort of worthless. It's made you feel a little bit kind of crap. So, you know, there could be some physical stuff that you've been firefighting and not really understanding the logistics of why am I being spoken to like that? Why am I being made to feel like that? And so perhaps other people's actions have put you into a place where you feel quite restricted. But regardless of what the setup is or what's going on for you here, what's mega important is you can free yourself from this stuff. You don't have to accept this as your way of life moving forward. So, you know, the sort of swords can be used to sever. So even though this tree feels very sort of bound up at the moment, there is actually this greater power that you have within you that can sort of free you from this sort of stuff. And I think it's a time for mind over matter. If this is sort of, you know, your own thoughts and feelings choosing to restrict you and imprison you, it's being aware of that and it's starting to not feed into that so much. But if it's happening around you externally, this is why Facebook has an amazing button called the block button. And sometimes that has to be used. You know, I've had it recently. There was somebody that was, you know, I saw them as a friend. They decided to unfriend me or actually blocked me for a bit. And then they've decided to come creeping back into my world. And it's like, I don't think so. You don't get to sort of pick and choose. I'm very much an all or nothing person, and I'm all about consistent energy. So, you know, treat the person as you want to be treated, but I'm not going to be thrown about, tossed around, put on and off a shelf, you know, and it's like, it's all or nothing. So for me, when that person unfriended and tried to come back, I'll just hit block. I was like, do you know what? Actually, I've realised I'm better off not having you in my world. There's less drama, there's less headaches, there's less bullshit to deal with. So sometimes we can love people and everything, but they're not good enough for us, or they're not good for our energy. So I've had to let that person go through love. I don't wish them nastiness, I don't wish them anything sort of bad, but for me, we've exhausted the connection together. So, you know, whatever needs to happen here, boundary setting, I think it's really important to put your personal boundaries in place and not being devalued, not being disrespected. So if it's kind of like your own thoughts and feelings, start to really give yourself permission to receive the quality of what you would want other people to have. You have every right to receive that yourself. You know, we often will and want the best for other people around us. Start giving yourself the best, you know. And if it is more of a physical situation or circumstance where someone has let you down, someone has hurt you, maybe something is just very toxic, remove yourself from the situation, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally, energetically. Do what needs to be done, but don't struggle, don't suffer, and start to receive better quality. And when you kind of put that out to the universe, better quality will start coming in. You know, it's never a crime to want the best for you firstly, then it can ripple over to others afterwards. So yeah, just be careful with this card. Now then, as we're moving into card number 2, we're going into the energy of the Two of Cups. Two of Cups is often seen as a connection card. So it could well be that, you know, for some of you, there may be some new friendships that are forging, and they might just be some really beautiful sort of friendships that don't go into anything further, but it's just like being seen, being recognized, having your spirit being held by somebody actually valuing you. So this could be just sort of like a really beautiful friendship sort of emerging with somebody. But it is a connection card, and it often leads into a relationship sort of space as well. So there's a couple of aspects to this. So if you are somebody that is single, it could well be that there is maybe a new love interest on the scenes, or the beginning stages of a friendship which might be forging into something a little bit more deeper. And, you know, it's never a crime to receive love. So if somebody is seeing the measure of you, the value of you, explore that, welcome that in, celebrate that. It could be for some of you that you are already with existing partners, and maybe this is just coming up to a time when there's a celebration of your love and your commitment to each other. So there could be some anniversaries or engagements or weddings or hand fastings, or just time really celebrating the presence, the company of each other. So maybe you're just getting to have some great date nights and just beautiful connection time, and maybe you're just feeling really good in that relationship. You might just be feeling very secure with each other, and it's just a lovely time to really treasure that. Sometimes this card comes in if you're with a partner, but maybe there's a little bit of work that needs to be done. So if you're overlooking each other, if maybe things have been a little bit stressful, then maybe just touching base, maybe having a bit more date night with each other, or little holidays or adventures away or whatever, but just maybe checking in with each other. Sometimes this card also shows if we have a loved one that is no longer physically here. So it comes in a lot when there's a reminder of a loved one's presence that now resides in the spirit world, and it's that bond of unconditional love, because this often is seen as a soulmate card. So maybe you have somebody that has passed over to the world of spirit, and even though you haven't got that physical presence together, spiritually they'll be right by your side, they'll be walking this earth with you, and maybe it's just that reminiscence, it's that reminder of the love that you carry in your heart, you know. But celebrate that and ask them to step forward, ask them to step around you, because our loved ones are no more than just a thought away, and a thought is all that's needed to reconnect you to their essence, to their energy, to their spirit. So it could be sort of honouring loved ones in the spirit world and just remembering that time that you have with that person. So an interesting card, this one. And finally, as we're moving into card number 3, we're going into the energy of the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is often seen as a happy family card of the tarot. So it's a time to really celebrate and value the people that are in your life. And I think it's really important with this card that not everybody that is family, is in blood family, are necessarily the main people in your life. So sometimes this can be made up of like a spiritual tribe or a spiritual community. Sometimes you might have beautiful friends that have actually acted and behaved more like family members than your biological family. This can also be around children, it can also be around our beautiful animals, but it's a time to really have the right people around us, the right experiences, the people that are really rooting for us, the people that would never wish us hurt or harm or hardship. And I think it's just a really great time to celebrate that kind of unconditional love, and really 10 of Cups is about unconditional love with no agenda, with no expectation, seeing people at their best, supporting them, loving them at that, but also seeing them at their worst, at their most vulnerable, and still loving them and still supporting them when it all gets a bit heavy, when it all gets a bit messy. So I think this is a time for real kind of gratitude more than anything. It's a time to just really feel blessed and loved and held by those people that are in your world, or those people that are in your life, and just really stopping to recognize the love that actually is there for you. Because I think sometimes we focus so much on being love for other people, but we don't always actually receive love that's coming in from these great places, you know. So this card isn't necessarily saying that everything is perfect. It may well not be. You may still have battles and hurdles, but emotionally it's really just valuing and accepting the love that is available for you, because I think we're all loved so much deeper than we recognize. And this is also the love that comes in from spirit. It's not even just about our loved ones on the earth, it's also that unconditional love from all of your loved ones in the spirit world, your family members, the youngsters that have passed, the animals, again, everybody that's there holding space spiritually, you know. So really, really embrace that love sort of frequency at the moment, and be love. I feel also the message with this card is actually be love. And if we can start sending that out to the world a bit more, because it really needs it at the moment. The earth is in such chaos and disarray. If we can be love and be that frequency, how amazing can that kind of be, and how amazing can that ripple into the hearts of others, you know? So an interesting card, but I'm going to leave it with you. So what do I need to let you know about? A couple of cheeky shouts just to say, this coming Saturday, I'm over in Hungerford. I think we have like 2 or 3 spaces left for private readings. So drop Evelyn a message at Heartsong Gems, and if there are spaces left, she can advise, she can get you booked in. It'd be great to see you there. And then on Sunday, I'm doing the next night of my Spirit Magic tour. I'm over in Castle Kerry, which is at the Kerryford Hall. I've been asked loads to do Castle Kerry, so this is your opportunity to come along and to support it. Tickets are £12.50 via the ticket link, or you can pay cash on the night if there are tickets left, and on the door it is £15. Mum is going to be there with her stall. I've been told by the venue they're going to do a little raffle as well, and just a beautiful night reconnecting you back with your loved ones in the spirit world. So I'm really buzzing for that. I'm going to be exhausted. And then Monday night, I'm over at Amy Michelle's sort of wellness evening in Hensdridge. Haven't done that for quite a while because the previous ones have just clashed where I've not been able to attend, but I'm free for this one. So very excited to be over there. I have 2 spaces left, which are 8:30 and 9 o'clock. So if you want to come and see me for an in-person reading in Hensdridge Village Hall, drop me a message and we can get you booked in on one of the 2 spaces that are left. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. So I've got some fun adventures this week. So I'm going to leave the energy of the cards with you. I hope the messages make a bit of sense. Keep shining bright, stay well, stay safe, stay fabulous. I will really look forward to seeing some of you lovelies at the various events we've got coming up, or maybe just on Zoom. So take care, have a cool one, and I will catch up very soon. Bye for now.